こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホストスコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルに STAY BOMBAD を楽しんで覚えておいてください。
You know, might go off, or I don't know, what kind of practical jokes do you play?
Well, with my new chemistry set, thanks to Brie Larson, I do like to make stink bombs.
Hey, Foxy Lady, today's your birthday. Keep being Foxy, keep the wrinkles at bay. Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! What a lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady!
Will get cancer in the butthole. It'll burn and burn and burn. They won't be able to sit down because of the burning in their butthole. He can't sit down. He's got a burning in his butthole. He's got a fire. He's got a flame coming out of his butthole. God's going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. If you thought that AIDS was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What do you do with a bunch of cops like these? One's a kleptomaniac. One's a compulsively violent ventriloquist. One's addicted to danger. And their leader's a transplanted Cajun who makes up his own rules as he goes along. What do you do with a bunch of cops like these? Give them a psychiatrist and pray.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
Hello, boys and fellow blossoms. I'm back, and I'm ready to get back in with my favorite community, a Bombadcast, obviously. And there's a lot of things I've been busy doing, so that's why it's been so long. Happy to have you back, Bloom. It's me, Scotty Jero, the king of the Bombad land. Just kidding. That's my boy, Jerry. Anyway, glad to be here. It's going to be a great night. We're celebrating America's 250th the only way we could. That's right, by not acknowledging our nation's history that is difficult and complicated, but honoring two amazing Americans that changed the landscape of their particular fields forever. The filmmaking, and of course the career, I guess the career of filmmaking, the career of acting, respectively. Changing perceptions, and of course they're two white men. How else can we celebrate here at the Bombadcast? I'm just kidding. It seems pretty bad now that I say it, but I'm not alone. I'm never alone. We're not alone. Those two would tell you that too. Bloom's never going to let us be alone. Bloom's a good person. That's why. Shout out to the chat. My boy Nathan, my boy Brian, Bloom, and the six others out there that want to spend their Thursday night with us. I can't do this alone. Obviously, there's an us. There's a collective we. There's a collective Nintendo we. The one, the only we, the one and only we, Jerry the we, Cable Junkie we.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
I wish you'd be like, your mic's off. Like, your mic was off the whole time. That was a good monologue. That was a good opening. I should do that more often.
That was good. That was good. Very good.
I miss secondhand smoke. You know what I mean?
No.
I love being around secondhand smoke. I do miss that a little bit.
Yeah, great to be here. America's 250th. We did it.
The semi-Kwansan biennial.
We put it in the can. Mm-hmm. And I'm celebrating by drinking heavily tonight. So,
what's it called?
What's what called?
What's that drink?
Alcoholism.
No. What's that drink in particular?
Long drink. It's Finnish.
What's in it?
I don't know. Probably whale blubber.
No, really. What's in it? Like, what is it? Is it like water?
It's citrusy. It's like a citrusy, like, you don't like citrus?
Well, okay, I get indigestion from citrus, especially citrus alcohol. My boy Haruto, he went and saw Trey in Chicago like a few months back, and he left me a drink, and I felt so bad, and it was fine, but I could do like 3 sips. I'm like, that's good. And I felt he flew all the way from Japan. He's like, I'm going to bring Scotty an alcoholic beverage, and it was just... He probably paid extra to put that like on his checked bag, and it didn't explode and try like that young man.
It was like a chemical. It was like chemical weapons that he brought over here.
Yes, he could have. Yeah. He could have like really risked himself, but he just. I tasted. I'm like, how does that make me feel? You know, how do I feel like this young man decided to bring me a wonderful gift, and I don't even like it. I can't even stomach. I literally can't even stomach it. Mm-hmm. You know, how disrespectful is that of me? What a jerk move, you know. But that's American pride, baby.
He could have called ahead.
If we don't like it, we don't take a sip of it. If a Japanese man does a generous thing for us, we push it away. That's what being American
we won
is
World
all about.
War II, so
that's right. And we never made them feel guilty, not once, for killing millions of Chinese or anyone else from the Pacific Asia areas. You know,
Northwest?
We never made them feel bad. We didn't. We just had to correct them twice with 2 different bombs. You know, we had to kind of address it. Hirohito, you know what I'm saying? Hirohito was not a good man. He was not a god emperor like you all thought he was. I went to the World War II Museum last weekend, by the way. I'm a little refreshed. I saw a lot of cool things.
Starting your 40s early, I see.
Yes, and I started it there.
Civil War's next.
I had to take 2 Advil, 2 liquid gel Advils for my feet because I was like, oh my god, too much walking, So quick release. Fast acting or long lasting? Fast acting or long lasting? What do you think?
Asking me.
What do you think? What do you like more, fast acting or long lasting?
Fast acting.
Really? I'm a long lasting kind of guy. I don't need the liquid gels.
I don't really like Charlie XCX. So.
Oh, and look, right as we go live, the 9th Jedi trailer comes out. Like literally right as we go. Let's watch it.
You want to watch it?
Let's watch it. Hold on. Literally right as we go live.
Who gives a shit? I barely give 2 tonight.
We are a Star Wars podcast. Hold on.
Are we?
We've been told by multiple people we should just change our branding, and And I think
we should.
they're
They
right.
told us. They told us straight up to euthanize Jar Jar.
That's a good point. We shouldn't listen to the people.
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
Yeah.
Here we go. You ready?
Just drag him out back.
Oh, here's a teaser for the trailer. Hold on. The actual trailer just dropped. Or it said it did.
I was gonna say
Hold
there
on,
was a
let's see.
there was a I know there was a teaser that came out yesterday.
It says
That's it's dropping
witness
today.
It says witness the Jedi in a new light. Star Wars and Visions presents an all new anime series. Streams August 5th. That's kind of nice. We've got a little bit of a thing to look forward to. August 5th.
Okay.
That's riveting. Let me see if I can get the
looking forward
trailer
to
pulled
that.
up. Here we go. Here's the trailer. It's got a Hulu font, which I kind of hate. Here we go. We're gonna watch the trailer. Why do they do that?
It was like green with a lot of H's.
Yeah, a little bit. Hold on. Let me share this tab instead. So
The ninth Jedi.
Here we go. Look at this. Can y'all see this or no? Oh, hold on. There we go.
Can't see shit.
All
There
right,
we
this
go.
is it. This
Oh,
is
it's
it.
Zuko.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
It's Kari.
銀河系からジェダイもシスも消えてしまう
I can't understand what he's saying.
宇宙の秩序は乱れに乱れ恐ろしき戦国の世となっていたのだ探しているのは共に銀河のために立ち上がってくれる者たちです新たなジェダイと共に戦ってくれる兵がいなければ
Nice.
あなたジェダイなの？
我が名はナワーム銀河の秩序をもたらす者
Oh, that looks cool.
ナワームを止めたいだけです
カイバークリスタルを兵器に使うだって。
発射
Oh, okay. Another Death Star.
Planet Destroyer.
お前にできるわけない。
これは危険な任務だぞ
Ooh, a black hole.
ちょいと揺れますぞい
There we
これ
go.
はジーマ殿が鍛えた使い手の心を映すセーバーだ
Ooh, that's good.
あの光。ナワームはジェダイ。ジェダイは正義のために
Hold
戦
on.
ってる。
フォースとやらの導きはあるそういうお前は正義とやらのために何人殺した
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's cool. What was that color? What the
Darksaber
fuck?
style?
That was sick.
Yeah, that looks really awesome.
Lightsaber go blur, big dog. Wow. Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Lightsaber,
weaving.
lightsaber go blur. Woohoo! Sorry.
Honey, I'm
Oh, I
good.
never thought of... This is my fight song, Jerry. All right, so I like this trailer. That was exciting. Let's talk Star Wars, I guess. That was exciting. I enjoyed.
If we really have to.
If we have
okay,
to,
fine.
I like that the bad guy has a blue lightsaber. That's fucking.
That
cool.
was just, I was like, because
Hot take.
that's a whole part of this. That if you use the dark side, your lightsaber actually does turn red.
Yes. Yes.
And so, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm interested to see like what the angle is because that is very surprising, very cool.
Yeah, very different. Like it's like I know I'm not evil in my intentions, which is like this guy is obviously going to destroy some planets, possibly. So maybe there's something really weird there, you know?
Yeah,
I like this.
I feel like this
the way it
is
looks.
gonna bring back a lot of gray Jedi discourse. Probably.
That's right. But also, the best thing
But-
about this, the thing that makes the argument even more strong, the thing that makes this exciting to me is like the canon. You know what I mean? How like everyone's like canon this. Oh, you know. But like this doesn't have to. This doesn't have to stick.
My
to that,
unfortunate
you know what I mean?
moniker. My unfortunate moniker that I've had for like several years now. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. The cannon junkie. This is a cool saber though. I like this like aluminum foil looking saber. Kind of sick. It is.
I have that a little bit. It's got a little bit of that. I don't know. It gives me. I'm interested to see because I know they're probably going to play a lot with that. Different saber colors for different intentions, feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be. I think.
Well, they did
a really
in the one-off
interesting
episode.
exploration.
And you know you're a lead now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
And this is exciting for you. Do you look at this and are you like, feed me? Like, what do you?
No, I look at this and go, man, I'm gonna like get way behind on One Piece.
Oh, you're like
right
my
now.
cheeks are clapped. My anime cheeks are. That's what you say.
I said that at least 11 times in the mirror this morning. Actually,
you're just screaming. My anime cheeks are clapped. My anime
help is
cheeks
on
are
the
clapped."
way.
Yep. Look at this, man. This is crazy. I like this. I like the energy of this.
Kyber crystal. I do like it.
Yeah, that's a big ass kyber crystal, and like it moves on its own.
I do
Planet
like
killer.
the droid designs in this are really neat.
They're so cool.
They always have been. You know, you get the little tiny, whatever that little gold droid is, and then it looked like they have one of those droids from, I think it's the first one where it's like the old droid that almost looks like steampunk, like steam powered. It's like drinking tea.
Yeah.
Looks like they have one of those. I think it's right there.
Uh-huh.
It's just and look at those. I mean, even right there, it's just very. It's mixing a lot of aesthetics that I think Star Wars is inspired by.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of like leaning more into some than others.
So look,
so
this guy's got a red blade. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
a different guy. But this guy's got a blue blade.
Hmm.
And this is.
You think this is going to explain where the Knights of Ren come from?
Oh, I love the Knights of Ren. That's such a cool idea. Again, we're a Star Wars
Thanks, babe.
podcast. Look at that. It's a lightsaber. Yeah, I like this blue lightsaber thing. This is pretty tight. Looking forward to this. And happy 250 America. Here's a Japanese anime. You know what I'm saying? That's what we get. That's what we get. Because Lucasfilm hates Americans, you know? They want to make
They really love Japan more.
They love Japan, but they really like white influencers and the token black influencer as well. But they don't want white. They don't want unattractive white influencers like us. We don't fit the mold. We don't fit the mold. You know what I'm saying?
Speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself.
We don't fit the mold. We're not.
No.
We're not eloquent enough to speak about bestie fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, influencer.
So we shouldn't talk about Star Wars anymore. You know,
No,
we
you
should
kids
stick to what we're
with
good
your
at.
claviculars and your baby
Clavicles.
gronks. Yeah, you can just listen. You keep your Star Wars. It's fine. It's yours now.
There's a difference with the fall and winter ballet and the summer season of ballet. This is I didn't know.
There's another conversation happening. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, I like this. Anthony and Bloom. You should exchange numbers.
Heyo, Laserbolt, what's up?
It's like where did you meet your future? Where did you meet your? I mean, tell me where you met your fiance. They're like, oh, the Bombadcast chat. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be a cool story?
I met them on a Star Wars pop culture podcast who uses Jar Jar Binks in their logo.
And we can't put anything on TeePublic because of it. Isn't that cool?
No.
Isn't that awesome?
Love it.
We used to sell merch. Remember we used to do that? We used to recycle.
No,
we used to change clips
so
and
long.
sell merch. And then it's been like
We used
3 years.
to also be positive a little bit and stuff. And now all we do is fucking complain about shit.
Have we become
We're
grumpy old men?
we're slowly becoming geeks and gamers.
No, we're not. No,
I'm just
we're
saying.
not.
We made
We're better than that. Oh,
That's true.
I wonder too. I wonder if Jeff Bergman can imitate Robin Williams. Oh, apparently
Maybe.
Jeff Bergman can imitate Robin Williams, which is why he is the voice of the new voice of Mr. Oh, Don Rickles. He is the new
Come
voice
on, man.
of Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, exactly, man. What the H, dude? Here we are. We're about to do our thing. I'm excited to have this discussion. I started listening to this, and I said, no. This should be saved for a Bombadcast live stream where 10 people are going to watch this. So let's give the 10 people what they want, and let's give ourselves what we want as well. And we love those 10 people. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for those 10 people.
No. Would invite them all to a small gathering.
We're gonna go to the pool at my apartment complex. Do y'all wanna?
Well, I don't think we don't need permission unless it's 15.
Yeah, that's right. We have to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just finished watching interviews of young indie named Kara. Just finished watching the adventures of a young lady. Hold on.
I know.
Everyone,
I'm like, since you read it like that, I
watching
can't read it.
The adventures of a young lady named Kara.
Because you said young indie.
I saw indie, not lady.
You said young indie. I saw it too, and then like it started to change. You just like kicked the side of my fucking dyslexia with that. You just took it and went.
Hey everyone! Just finished watching the adventures of a young lady named Kara. I don't quite understand what's
Kara.
Kara,
He's talking about Supergirl. He's talking about Supergirl. You uncultured.
I agree.
Spigot.
I couldn't remember her name to save my life. I kept calling her Supergirl after I saw the movie.
Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah. Yeah. No. Cara Dune.
Okay, let's watch this.
Cara Dune.
Okay,
Kal-El.
so we're not the only people that did. Millie as Kara. I like Supergirl as well. I like where she was super the whole time. Okay, since the last time I've tuned in, I've seen Toys. Okay. That's good. Me too. We're gonna do our summer movie reviews at some point. It's gonna be a massive episode. It's gonna be a.
I was gonna say, did you see all the people who were like going crazy about that last needle drop or whatever? They were saying people like the internet was like saying like one of the last needle drops is the worst in history.
What was it? It was.
Do you remember you saw it?
Yeah,
it was the cover of In the Middle.
Don't write yourself off yet.
Yeah. See, I took that as that's
cool.
that's a James Gunn pick. I feel.
Yeah, I liked that.
And so I enjoyed it, but apparently it made a lot of people mad. So
Grumpy Monkey.
They were like, "You should have just used the real one."
It was so. Here's my deal. I enjoyed it.
It fit the moment better, I think.
I saw Supergirl. If I were to show you my interest in this movie, I had no interest in it. I just wanted to go see it. I had enough to go see it in theater, which I have AMC list so I can do. The movie started out at a very low point. I'm like, I am not liking this. This was not for me. I didn't like the Star Wars bar scene. No, not enough women. Not enough for me to look at. But I'm kidding. So, real talk, it started low.
Geeks and Gamers, here we are.
But, I was very surprised with how much it went up. By the end of it, I'm like, I love Supergirl. I love the little girl, and I love Crypto, whose name I did remember. I enjoyed that.
Everyone knows the dog's name.
I enjoyed very much Jason Momoa's take on Beetlejuice. Really like that. Because that's all that was.
I know the character of Beetlejuice. I know the character of Lobo.
Oh, what the fuck?
I've known. I've known of it. I'm not really a Lobo fan or anything. I saw him in like the Superman animated series back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the old, like the whatever the one that was the same as like the Bruce Timm Batman animation.
Yes.
And like,
yes.
That was the extent of my knowledge, and everyone's like, "Oh, Lobo." for like 20 years now, everyone's been screaming for a Lobo movie with Jason Momoa that's hard R and shit like that. And by the way, his cigar looked fucking fake the entire time. That's my take on Lobo, which is fine. I liked Lobo. I liked the character, but I was like, oh, it's one of those characters. It's like a
Beetlejuice.
It's a.
He's
well,
like,
I mean, I got a flying motorcycle. I gotta like a motorcycle. And yeah. I like. I'm a big tough guy. Yeah.
That's just how he gave, you know.
No,
I'm
not
not besmirching him.
We're just not familiar with it. I like it. I want to see him. I like Beetlejuice.
I like Beetlejuice too. I like DC's Beetlejuice. I just wish instead of riding a motorcycle that a woman was riding him. You know what I'm saying? I wish Supergirl was like, all right, let me pull aside my Supergirl underwear.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Trying to push Jerry here. I turned 30.
That one scared me.
No, but real talk. Liked the movie, was not vibing with it at first. The middle came, I was intrigued. I was drawn in. By the end of it, I'm like, well, I can't wait to see that again. When it's on HBO Max at my home. But it did get me excited to see Superman back on screen quite a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, David Corn's sweet cheeks. You know what I'm saying? He's got the sauce. He is riveting. I was like, he's just got my attention the whole time. I love the flashbacks. The flashbacks were tremendous.
Oh, the flashbacks were great.
You saw some good stuff in the flashbacks.
See,
oh my God.
Spoilers for Supergirl, I guess, if you haven't seen it and everything. I like that they did for her basically what, since the twist with Kal-El's parents, with Superman's parents being
Bradley
not
Cooper.
of kind, not of a kind nature, and having hers be like basically what we've been used to for Superman.
That's right.
And the different trajectories they end up on, like her growing up with them for a long time because they, which I'm not as familiar with Supergirl's like actual comics origin and stuff, so I don't know how close that is. Chris might be able to tell us in the comments a little more.
Supergirl was super great. That's my.
It was fun.
My review.
I really liked it. I was moved in a few moments. I was actually moved in a few moments. The stuff with the parents was great.
Yeah. The whole ending battle at the opening planet of Rogue One was sick too. I really liked that.
Yeah, that was.
That did not look like the opening planet of Rogue One. That was literally the same planet.
It did.
Hold on. This might be a spoiler. I like the sun's moment. I was like,
there's
that was a good little twist. I'm like, that's when I was like, okay, that's like the beginning of Act 3. I'm like, this is the shit. Like, I was like, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. Wow. I know it started out with, this is an okay experience. Yes, it was just like, Iceland. Iceland. Never read that out loud. Icky-land. You wouldn't think it. That sounds silly. Iceland.
Right. I thought it said Young Indiana Jones. Young Indy is what I thought it said.
Let's see. Moana. Look, we got to get you on A-List, Bloom. AMC A-List. 4 movies a week. $30 a month just about. It's so
not
worth
even.
it.
Not even.
I think it's like $26 a month.
You can only choose the plan that just has your state in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you look, there's tiers. And the highest tier you can go to any AMC, the lowest one you can go to these, like, it's a lot of states. It's a lot of states. So anyway, check it out, Blue.
Let's get the A-List going. All right.
I think you're lying.
We're here to watch this and comment on this because that's what you
that's right.
Thursday nights. We're going to talk about Robin Williams and George Lucas. This is an interview I have not listened to the whole thing of. Eric Cotterman, friend of the show, sent me this link and said, I think you'd like this. Check it out. They talk about things in the future, which is right now, and a lot of what they say is factual. So the only details I could find on this is it's an interview from the year 2000. So this is post Phantom Menace, pre-Attack of the Clones, probably like gonna start shooting Attack of the Clones soon. But he may even say that in the interview. Though. He may even say that in the interview, so I'm not sure.
I was gonna say he's got his Phantom Menace hair, is what I feel like George has.
Yes, he does. He's got the
That's
year
he's
2000.
firm in the prequel. Yeah, year 2000.
This is the only photo. This is the only photo of this thing that I could find with my extensive research, and you know I actually did some extensive research.
No, I was just yeah.
That was that I could find from this, and you know what the worst thing
is? You asked ChatGPT.
Other podcasters have actually covered this same stuff, but they used and rendered AI photos of these two men together. Which I will say, I know mine's not the best graphic design, but fuck them for doing that. This is very simple. I found similar lighting. I found nice photos of them, you know, kind of in their older age, and Bombad 250, you know, made the logo, found the matching font, did all that. I'm just going to say, didn't use AI. So if you go look up any of them, they all have terrible AI.
Yeah,
you know?
put a little, you know, work into it for sure.
That's right. I pulled.
I mean, it's the
canvas panties aside.
Right, and you stuck your fingers just right in there.
That's like Lobo did. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no. You know, it's
Appreciate
the 250th birthday of America. You know, good fucking give a damn. Let's go. Yeah,
that's right. Moana is not my favorite Disney princess. I don't even see Moana as a princess. Tiana all the way.
She's
Moana
the leader.
Can go
She's
ride
like
that sailboat to hell. Tiana's she is the one. Tiana's my Cajun
Tiana.
queen.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That was it. I was in 8th grade. I graduated
Playing for the home
middle
team.
school when that came out. I saw that in theaters. Night one. It was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Cajun Firefly. I like the alligator that plays the trumpet. I like the Voodoo Man. I like John Goodman playing himself. I love the little girl. You know what's crazy? You know what takes that piss me off? Here's my soapbox here on Princess and the Frog. That Southern Belle, I forget her name. She got everything she wanted, right? You know what? Her mom's dead. She's an orphan too, okay? Let's just let that sink in. Maybe because daddy's got some big money, he can spoil on his daughter. He wants to have a normal life too.
Beignets.
Just because she wants to be with the prince of Maldives, or the hell it's called, Maldania. I mean, be so for real, you know what I'm saying? Tiana is goated. Tiana would kick Cinderella's ass in a cook-off or in a fist fight. I'm telling you, Tiana is goated. Tiana may only have her ass beat by one before her, and that's the redheaded chick from Brave, because she's crazy. All redheaded women are crazy.
I mean, Elsa has superpowers.
Elsa's woke.
Still not beating those GG allegations.
Here we go. Let's listen to this. You're gonna love this interview, by the way.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. That's my
Disney. That's my Disney princess.
That's right.
Or Vanellope. I'm sorry. I'm going to take it away from her.
Let's watch this. Hearing this makes me miss Robin Williams, number one, but also makes me miss, because young George kind of had it's a little bit of a thing. So you're gonna watch this, and the quality of the audio is not great. I tried getting it to be cleaned up. I used some software. It didn't work. We're just going to find the one that's on YouTube.
Does it sound better, at least, than what's his name? Does it sound better than that Ted Bundy interview and stuff, when he was interviewed by the guy from Focus on the Family?
What?
Ted Bundy?
I don't.
Prolific serial killer?
I don't watch Ted Bundy interviews.
Prolific serial killer.
Do you watch those?
So you're saying it doesn't sound better than that?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, buddy.
Just answer the question.
Okay, it doesn't.
Does it or does it not sound better? Than James Dobson interviewing?
Does it?
Prolific serial killer Ted Bundy days before he fucking dies.
You said does it or does it not, and I say does it.
It does.
Does it? You said does it or does it not?
Does it?
Does it? Does it?
So it does.
Does it? Not it does. Does it?
Okay.
Does it?
All right, we'll continue then.
Let's listen to these.
Ladies and gentlemen, from a galaxy far, far away, actually a county very nearby, Marin, George Lucas. Mr. Lucas, Mr. Williams, stay where you are. Please, sir, finish the script.
Yeah, it's getting to be what it is.
The whole
It's
digital...
fun, though. I'm enjoying it. I get in there and I write, and I think of all the other things I want to do. So that's all basically what I do is I sit there and I come up with all these other ideas of things, not what I'm supposed to be working on.
Do you write those down?
That's bass, by the way. I'm going to pause it. We're going to interject and pause. That's a very true statement. I feel that every time I go to work. I'm like, I'm going to go home and just knock everything out. I'm going to buy a mixer off the internet and just mix stuff with it. And here it is sitting here. I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. How does it work? And I'm at my work like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to have a great night tonight. And I touch it, and I'm like, it's too confusing for me. The BPMs don't match. That really is. It kind of does sound like it sounds. Yeah, Woodsy. It does sound. It sound. Woodsy. It sounds like. It sounds like the Nixon Frost interviews. It just sounds a little, or it's like Nixon's secret tapes. Just like the. It's kind of cool though.
Yeah, it does sound like from the Watergate scandal for sure. Yeah.
I have a whole book full of notes and.
What were those like? But they're other ideas.
Yeah, other ideas. It ranges from the ridiculous to the sublime, and now that you're here, I can ask you because one of my brilliant ideas was to take.
By the way, this is the part that made me want it. This is the part that made me want to talk about this with you right here. One of my brilliant ideas.
Take Howard the Duck. And redo Howard as a digital character.
Much better.
And then get a better voice.
Yeah.
Somebody such as yourself.
He loves his Howard the Duck.
And do the same movie. Just do exactly the same movie. Just pull him out of the scenes.
And bring it back again?
No, and just pull him out and put this new character. I mean, put a digital version of him in there, and then have a new voice. A better voice, and have him, have the voice sort of play off, and then bring it back. Howard the Duck special edition.
Okay, so what would that have been, 2D or 3D? Because 3D animated the year 2002, I guess, when it came out. Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
that seems terrifying.
So it wouldn't be like 3D in the sense of Avatar didn't bring 3D back till like 2007.
No, I mean 3D in the sense of it would be a Jar Jar level digital,
like a Jar Jar
3D
Binks
character.
level Howard the Duck. The Duck, and I was already formulating jokes about Howard the Duck Special Edition, how crazy that would fucking be.
Dude, that'd
but
be
then he just straight up says, "I just want to do Howard the Duck Special Edition." What do you think he thinks of the MCU, Howard?
He's got to have a take on it, right?
Does he does George?
Those. He loves
that's
comics.
That's George's favorite shit too. Probably.
Yeah,
he's
of
like
course.
rewatching those episodes of What If that have Howard the Duck in them and everything. So,
yeah,
this is peak entertainment.
I just love this. Hold on. So that was the part where I stopped there. I haven't listened past this because I knew you would love it.
Laser Bolt. Do you think you call him bullshit or something?
We'll find out.
Sounds fake.
You hated it before, you'll loathe it now.
Once again, Howard's back. Yeah. He's different. Make him more like this. How are you? Real New York Duck. What are you, crazy? What happened the first time? Who was the little guy in the suit? Shut up!
I don't. Yeah, that's what happens when you sit in a room too long.
You could bring back, and I could do Popeye again. I swear, this time
I can make it work.
Yes. And this time I can have both eyes open, like the manager who called and said, "Rob, can't you open your other eye?" "No, Charlie, he's got one eye." You can do
Popeye the digital. I can swear it'll work again.
That's my God. I could go back. There's a couple I could do again.
That's sick.
I've never seen Popeye, by the way. The movie with Robin Williams. Never have.
So you can go back and digitize it, and so you see all the digital possibilities of all the stuff you made in the last one. God, the complete characters, complete.
Well, it's happened now, so it's real now.
Very.
Yeah, you can do it. You can make really very realistic looking characters. I mean, we can do, you can do humans. It's just that nobody wants to bother. Because why? I mean, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, there still is, it costs so much to make, a human face, the angles and skin textures. And
I know that Jar Jar Binks is probably the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And I would think he's probably very, very close to Stuart Little.
There's
What the? What?
the caption
You're
being
sure
wrong.
the validity the validity of this can be ascertained, correct?
Yes, this is a real interview.
I was gonna say
This
because now
is
I'm
real.
starting to wonder.
Stuart Little.
You see, honestly, that sounds very George.
It does. I didn't pull this from nowhere.
Next to Stuart Little.
I would say they're both over $20 million.
Woo!
That was funny.
Stuart-
Jar Jar
Stuart
and Stuart
fucking
Little
Little.
being our neighbors. All right, hold on. Let's go back.
Is
Wait,
probably
he doesn't even mention. Wait, hold on.
the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Had Gollum been had Two Towers come out yet?
01. So no, it hasn't. It has
Okay,
not.
so that's why. Okay, because I'm like, why Stuart Little and not Gollum? But Gollum is still like
in the way,
a
on
year
the way.
away
Yeah.
or more.
01,
So,
02,
okay,
and 03,
okay.
right? Isn't that the
Yeah,
anniversary?
01, 02, 03 is that. Yeah, it was the
There you
first
go.
time it felt like someone had attempted to do just like a boom, 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 one each year, kind of a thing. So.
And
You
I would
thought
think,
he's a
and I would
traffic
think,
guy.
I would think he's probably very, very close to Stuart Little. I would say they're both over $20 million just for the character.
Serious. And no trailer.
And no trailer.
No trainer.
No, but you have to have an actor, and then you have to have an animator, and you end up with 5 actors. That's why it costs so much.
Oh, I mean, you have to have
One
someone-
actor doesn't get the $20 million. It goes to about 30 different
team.
actors.
Team Jar Jar.
But you still have to have an actor. You got 2 key people, the animator and the actor. And those 2 people really create the character.
Did the two guys work together a lot on Jar Jar? I mean, 'cause
Yeah, they knew. Yeah, they would. But what happens inevitably is the animator takes off from the actor.
Yeah.
Because we'd photograph the actor, and then they would just,
kind of cool
copy what the
hearing
actor would.
George talk about Ahmed Best and Rob Coleman here. That's what he's
Yeah.
talking about. It's kind of
Right.
sick.
Was doing.
And it's like, I don't know. This is real. I hope people are like really don't.
No,
think
it's
real. This is real.
I was just giving you shit earlier just because it's also I don't think that they could be neighbors with Jurassic Park because I think that Jurassic Park they would for one thing Stuart Little would be gone. Yeah, he would be eaten by the smallest dinosaur possibly even. But yeah, no, I think they're talking about like characters who are sentient physical beings acting in the space with the other actors.
Yeah.
So, like Howard the
Serious.
Duck.
So he would
Yeah, like Howard the Duck.
make the movements, and he would
Yeah.
do all that, and then the guy would build off of that.
Yeah.
Did he build the vocals? I mean, would he build, once he saw the drawing or the mock-up of the character, he started building that voice?
The voice was actually written in the script.
Serious?
Yeah.
That kind of rhyming.
You shall say his name.
Yeah, it's sort of. It's turned out to be Jamaican, but it wasn't.
What's that?
It isn't.
It kind of addresses the accent thing this now.
I-
That's interesting.
I am-
I've never heard him address that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I've always been of the mind, at least I don't think that George intended it to be like. I think these are choices that were made by the voice actors playing the characters that you maybe not have aged well, you know.
Yeah. Well,
But,
Robin Williams has done voice impressions this forever. So like, there's some
Oh, yeah.
also like, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna be real. You know, like I don't know.
Well, this is if you go back like even like 10 years, you'll find some stuff like that was. It's just not. We've learned since even in the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
About some of this stuff. So
yeah.
Jamaican by a long shot, but if you're a Jamaican,
Jamaica.
Yeah,
I and I
it's
walking
different.
away now.
I just don't understand this Binks character. Everybody else I can understand, but
Give me out to way some queer time.
yeah, very strange voice.
Jar Jar working up the time the way queer fine.
Okay, well, I gotta go back. That's when you hear the full exchange again.
It isn't Jamaican by a long shot, but if you're a Jamaican,
Jamaica.
turned out.
Up of the character, he started the vocals. I mean, would he build, once he saw the drawing or the mock-up of the character, he started building that voice?
The voice was actually written in the script.
Serious?
Yeah.
That kind of rhyming.
You shall say his name.
Yeah, it's sort of. It's turned out to be Jamaican, but it wasn't.
What's that?
It isn't Jamaican by a long shot, but if you're a Jamaican...
Jamaica.
Yeah,
I and I walking away now.
I just don't understand this Binks character. Everybody else I can understand, but...
Give out to way some queer time.
Yeah, very strange voice.
Jar working up the time the way queer for Luke Skywalker. Jar willing. I and I walking away. It was amazing to see the people's response to it. It's a totally created...
Wow, he just
goes like from Jamaican Jar Jar into like, wow, you know, we our craft really is a craft what we do. Yeah.
I wonder what it's to say. Hold on.
Creature interrelating with humans.
Yeah.
Seamless.
It's funny. I mean, the fans hated it, but the fans hated Jar Jar before the movie even came out. Before they even knew what he was.
Why did they hate him before?
They don't like comic sidekicks. They just can't take it. You know, in the first film, nobody liked 3PO. They couldn't stand him. You know, it was like, you know, the most repulsive character ever created on film. And then we went on to, when we did the Empire, nobody liked Yoda. You know, you can't understand what he's saying. He talks backwards.
Syntax have none.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's like, it's terrible. And then in the third one, they hated the Ewoks. They just couldn't stand them. They were too cute, too fuzzy.
They want gremlins. They want nasty.
Well, they want something nasty and mean, and so it's sort of inevitable that the smallest, sort of goofiest character
gets despised.
You know, hated by because they want to. A lot of the fans are sort of into Terminator 2, and it's like, how dare you make this into a children's film? I say, hey guys,
can't you have everybody look like Darth Maul?
Yeah, that's exactly what they want.
I want a Maori. And a mime combined.
They want everybody to be mean.
They want to be mean. Welcome. R2-D2, can he have a small razor? No. That was amazing because, like, it was like the classic Laurel and Hardy with R2 and CP3O.
Yeah, no, they're
CP3O, PCPO.
Did he say CP3O?
No, what did he say? Hold on, PCPO. What did he say? Hold on, he messed it up.
PCP. Oh, my bad.
PC.
Mean. Welcome. R2-D2, can he have a small razor? No. That was amazing because, like, it was like the classic Laurel and Hardy with R2 and CP3O.
Yeah, no, they're
CP3O.
Now you've done it. What do you think we're going to do now?
Yeah.
You've gone too far.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, obviously, we're trying to make it non-generic. We're trying to make it so that it's
relatable.
Yeah, so that you can't say, well, this is this and this is that. It's just an accent. You know, you got to have an accent because you can't have people coming from all over the parts of the galaxy and all speaking perfect English.
Good evening.
Yeah.
They're like the old war movies. My name is Heydrich. I'll be your general this evening. Damn, English have landed in Normandy.
Yeah, or the westerns. Yeah, well, I'm the chief of this tribe. And,
how's George doing a voice?
Stay away. What the chief is trying to say, as your scout and dear companion, and the Emperor of Rome is always, I am Emperor of Rome, never, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm a Caesar. Hey, what are you making salad? Come on! What are you doing? Get it there! Hey, omnia. Yes, Gallia est divisas in tres partes. Great! Let's march. I'm going to cross the Rubicon when I'm there, all right? Fine. Is the building that?
It is. It's a funny thing because we right in the very beginning of the first movie, we decided to play with accents and try to mush, because I was dealing with English and American and everything. I wanted to sort of mush it into a lot of different kinds of accents since it was all over the galaxy and different kinds of dialects and different languages, and not do just everybody speaking, British.
Yeah, it seemed like all the villains basically on the Death Star was all, sir, Mr. Lord Vader.
We kept the militaristic group a little bit more higher English than the...
Yeah, they were very much Lord Vader.
Yeah.
Very sorry, Lord. Not like English sergeants. Lord Vader, it's all been done, sir. Planet's been destroyed, sir, as you wished. Or one Scottish stormtrooper. Can't go in there, sir. The doors haven't been blown off yet.
That didn't happen until Andor, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
They didn't start doing the accents and the stormtroopers until we had a fat guy cause an uprising.
Ain't that always the case,
Fat ass.
That's how it always goes down. Some fat ass ruin it for everybody.
With the beret. Some fat weirdo. Get it out, buddy. Get it out, fat weirdo with the beret and with your Irish accent. What was that? What was his name?
She can't take much more, Lord Vader.
What was the guy's name? The fat guy who was friends with the incel from Andor. What's the name of the
about? The fat guy that was friends with that other guy. The guy he's involuntarily celibate.
That was friends with the incel.
Every incel
from Andor,
and their best friend.
No, the incel with the boyfriend, with the girlfriend. Cyril Karn.
Oh,
what was Cyril Karn's boyfriend's name? What was his name? What was his name? What was the Weich, sir? You have a riveting speech, sir.
He's also the first. Yeah, riveting speech, sir. Shit. Shite.
Shite.
He said shit. He was like the first one. Glyph.
What was his name? The socks guy. That's his name.
The socks guy. Was that what he was? Yeah, is the sycophant.
Hey Google, who was Cyril Karn's best friend in Andor season 1?
Not even best friend. It's just like the guy that he forced to hang out with him.
Oh God, the Google answered in the kitchen.
No best friends. Yeah.
Who is Cyril Karn? Cyril Karn's best friend in Andor. What's his name? It's not Uncle Harlow. Oh, Linus Mosk. Linus
Mosk. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Linus Mosk.
We finally got him. Andor gave us.
He loved Cyril Karn. He loved Cyril Karn. He would move his panties to the side and just go to town for him, sir.
All right, let's.
Definitely a way to go. Lord Vader!
What is he saying?
Lord Vader to get feet clean. What? That was it blowing the wee bear. What? Blowing the wee kind of Vader for below. Time out the beaver. The brave heart Vader. Luke.
What?
Luke, do that with the farce.
What?
Use the farce, Luke.
What?
Use the farce.
The farce?
Farce! Work with me. Great Scottish Vaders. Lord McVader. Step up.
It's funny in doing that because it's like with Ewan, he is Scottish.
Oh, I know.
He has a very, very thick Scottish accent, and to get him to do to Alec Guinness, who's very, very English, and has a very, very English accent, it's very interesting because he actually pulls it off pretty well. Because his real accent is way different.
Oh, he's got that video.
He does. He sounds like Fat Bastard.
That would have been good. The other dark meat.
We know George loves Austin Powers. He's a fat
George.
bastard.
George is. This is my thing. Every film bro would fucking hate hanging out with George Lucas in his movie shelf.
Oh yeah.
That's just like. Oh God, I want to go to his house.
He has
so
his
bad.
auteur moments, but he also has like the I TiVo every episode of Jackass and Family Guy. Like he probably went and saw the new Jackass film with Jet. You know what I mean? Like isn't that awesome? George sat through the newest Jackass movie in theaters. Is like, wow, that was hilarious. You know, look at him. He's hitting his nutsack. Like I just George. Like that man's covered in
Don't
honey.
you
There's a bear
disparage
in
the name
room.
of Jackass? Come on.
Oh no, that's what makes it highbrow. You know. Okay, let's keep watching it.
Yeah, taking an actual shit in a toy toilet. I loved that part of that one movie.
Vader. That would have been great if Fat Bastard in the middle of that. Oh, ears! Hand me that boy! Bring me that Anakin! What are you going to do with it? You know what I want. I found it in the suit! Fat bastard.
It's funny how people react to things like that. The reaction to that was probably stronger than anything else in the movie.
What?
With just accents.
Seriously?
Because
of people
all
they
tried to sort of deal with, this is that and this is that, and it was the same thing with Watto, who was an Italian accent, and originally everybody thought it was Arabic. It was an Arab accent.
Some people thought it was anti-Semitic.
Then they thought it was Jewish.
What are you doing? Get away from me!
It's like the old guy in the magazine shop. Kids don't touch the magazines.
Accents don't make a stereotype. The stereotype has to do with certain characters. Cliches, really, that are created that certain people fall into, and then the whole group gets painted with the same brush as the few. Really, how cliches and stereotypes work. I mean, that's part of the tools of a writer, and of anybody. I mean, even a comedian.
Well,
major
tool.
Yeah, major tool. I mean, that's basically a lot of the comedy comes out of the fact that we see a stereotype or we see a cliche, and it's funny to watch it.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with directors. And why do all directors have beards and wear Levi's and a baseball hat? I mean, it's like,
It's
what a
mandatory.
cliche. It's a cliche.
What do you do?
Stereotype.
Do you have a beard and a baseball hat? No. I'm sorry, sir. Step away from the camera. Step away from the camera right now. You have to relax. Put on the beard, sir. Well, excuse me? I'm sorry, sir. When you can grow a beard, now you can step up to the camera.
Christopher
What are you
Nolan
saying,
like a
Francis? Show him. Come on.
You know, many people would wish that Marlon had been the voice of, basically, you know, you could have had him as Jar Jar, be definite, or
Jack. I've always been waiting to see Jack in Star Wars. Use the Force, Luke. If not, flirt a little. Don't be afraid. Who are your favorite science fiction writers? Writers that you grew up with,
Well, I like Asimov, and I like Bradbury and Heinlein, Clark. Sort of the staple of the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, me too.
I like the genre. I'm not a fanatic about it, actually. I'm sort of more of a fanatic about history than I am about science fiction. But I like science fiction because you can write parables. You can look at it in a very different way, and you can deal with it in a very different way, and it allows you to actually deal with the issues in a slightly less intense emotional context.
Do you think they'll ever make Asimov's I, Robot? I mean, there's been scripts for it for years, but because it spans so far, it's such a...
Yeah, I don't know. Again,
That's kind of cool that he brought up I, Robot, which would be made like 5 years later with Will Smith. That's pretty sick.
Was it 5 years?
Oh, wow. What was it, 2006 or 2005?
I think it was 2005.
I think it came... Let me see. I remember getting it on DVD.
Was it 06? Maybe it was 06.
Let me see. Hold on. I, Robot... I saw it in theaters, and I got a DVD of it. I loved that. 04! Whoa, we're both wrong. 04.
I was going to say, I want to say that was right before... This is how I base time on everything before I started working at the movie theater.
Oh, before, okay.
Because I would have remembered that summer. I feel like if that was a part of that first summer. Real quick, here we go. So, George enjoyed the hell out of Minions and Monsters. I don't think we've talked about this yet, but have you heard that George apparently has a cameo in Minions and Monsters?
Yes, I want to go see it for that reason. Because it's talking about the history of filmmaking.
It's the only way I want to see it. Even my child doesn't want to see Minions and Monsters.
No way. I want to go see it, frankly.
Yeah.
I heard it explores a lot of Hollywood, like folklore and culture.
That's
and, like,
cool.
They recreate like Casablanca and stuff, which is so awesome. But
yeah, no.
Oh, it was 2035 when it came out.
Minions and Monsters.
I, Robot was 2035 when it came out. Because most movies, so I don't even know this.
Right.
When a movie takes place in the future, they have to release it in the time it takes place. So, like, Back to the Future 2 wasn't released until 2015.
Right. So what they do is they like have time. They actually have a time machine, thanks to the blood of the innocent and Satan, because that's how all of Hollywood works, as we know.
Blood of the innocent and Satan. Why need both?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need that.
It's
just like it's the ticket to get on the ride. But yeah, then he can take you back to that actual time, and you can film in that time, right?
Oh,
and then bring it back to like a Back to the Future to 1985, 86, 87, whatever.
88 or 89. Anyway, that's interesting.
88 miles an hour.
So I'm a very strong believer that each art form is unique unto itself,
right?
And that movies combine a lot of different art forms, but it is actually a unique art form unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
The moving image and storytelling through the moving image is very different than a novel psychologically, because a novel is using language and film is using images.
Mm-hmm.
So just psychologically, there's a very different thing going on. Plus, you're hearing sound, and music is purely sound, so that your brain is actually reacting to in different ways to those kinds of art forms, and I just believe that cinema is very unique unto itself, even though it uses bits and pieces from all these other art forms. But it's not a play.
Right.
It's not a book. It's not a record album. It's a very unique thing unto itself, and it operates very differently. And I think that there should be a recognition that there's some literary works that are just brilliant literary works and should stay brilliant literary works, and they don't need to be translated into another field. That there are things you can do with words that you can't do with images.
Yeah, there's like the imagination is so much stronger on that level.
Yeah, and it's very valid. And it's and that's why really great books don't make great movies.
No.
Mediocre books can make great movies, because sometimes they're written as movies more than they're written as books.
Mm-hmm.
They're not written in a literary sense; they're written in a cinematic sense, and those translate into great movies. But that's not. Then the movie ends up better than the book, and it's like Star Wars. A lot of the authors have tried very hard to get the essence of the films into the books, but it's very hard because the films are written as films, and they'll never be as good in any other medium.
I remember seeing it in a theater in San Francisco, and the first time that ship came over, there was literally this, everyone was like, wow.
Yeah, well, it's obviously the first film has a different effect than all the other films, and now I'm just trying to complete the 6 and make it the 1, which is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, George!
It's a 6-part movie.
Complete the 6 and make it a 1. That's badass. That's a cool line. I'm enjoying this interview so far. Are you enjoying it, or does this interest you?
It's fucking boring as hell. No, I'm joking. This is so good. I'm enjoying. If it's an actual conversation, it's like an actual conversation. You're just kind of sitting there with, instead of no, it's not an interview. It doesn't feel like to me.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting too with the time capsule that this is, right? Like I said, he's mentioning, do you think they'd ever make? I don't like music. I prefer goth muscle mommy with sweet. Okay, what's up, Septile? Me too, honestly. That's why I have to really I have to pull out the aux cord as soon as I get pulled over. Yeah.
But I agree. This is way more of a convo. It's really a really well-informed combo. I did not listen to a lot of this. It's good.
This is such a fun time capsule too, because you have I don't know how much more we have left or anything, and so, but like just that, the opening talking about Jar Jar and Stuart Little in the same breath was really great.
I like the commentary.
The Howard the
on
Duck
accents.
Special Edition was great. Oh, the commentary on the accents, because like you said, it's not very often you really hear him, and I'd say I agree with him to a point. And so it's interesting to hear his perspective on it, because it's something that, again, I feel like I've always felt like, again, and this is my opinion on it, that he didn't intend it to be.
I agree.
The way it came out, the way it came across.
Yeah.
Personally,
I think you're the same.
I don't think that it's. I don't think it's like, well, you're dumb if you think it's X, Y, or Z, or you're dumb if you don't think it's X, Y, or Z. I think it's just totally valid if you think that. It is what it is. It was definitely of a time. We just don't do that anymore.
No, not as much anymore. Except for Lobo.
Wonder what George and Robin would think of ASMR JOI. You can ask. Hey, we can ask George still. The man loves Minions, though, so I don't know. He might love a JOI if he's a Minions fan.
We're gonna have to ask chatbot Robin Williams who's gonna end up making. Give us a chatbot Robin Williams interactive experience with Donald Trump as well. Anyway, let's keep watching this.
It's a large 6-part movie. You get it on your.
So when you finish all 6, there'll be one showing.
Yeah, there'll be a DVD box set, of the 6 movies, and
sit down for the weekend,
and you'll be able to watch,
everything,
part 1 through 6, and while obviously each one has to work individually, otherwise I can't go on and make the next one. But ultimately, I'm thinking about it as a whole thing, not as a bunch of parts. I'm really making it for the 10-year-old or the 12-year-old who isn't born yet.
God.
So when do you think by that?
Yes.
How long will it take?
Yes, George. Still on that shit. 2017 celebration. He did it recently. He just did it again. The 10 or 12-year-old that wasn't even born yet. Go, it's Eli.
Yeah.
That's Eli.
That's literally Eli.
Papa was alive.
Eli,
Papa's milky.
Two more to go.
2 more to go.
I start the next one in June. And then I've got, I'll be done in 2005. So I got 5 more years to do this. Wow. And that's racing, like,
That's
hell-bent.
hauling.
That's a little like now working, from 9 in the morning until about 10 at night. And obviously when I start shooting, that goes from, like 6 in the morning until 10 at night. And
then you're on your 18-hour days.
Yeah, and so it's like, you have to go as fast as you possibly can to get these things done because there's just so much design work. And they're so complicated, in terms of, especially the animation, and they're just very, very complicated movies to put together. That doesn't make them better. It just makes them a lot more work.
With the complete backgrounds, and you're doing everything now digitally.
Everything has to be created. I mean, all the sets are created that way. And a lot of the characters, and I'm trying to drift away. Last time was the first chance to use digital characters, and it was very exciting and fun. And I have a lot of them in the next film, but I'm trying to now back away from that a little bit and ease myself back into humans.
Welcome, Mr. Lucas.
Yeah, because obviously the last 3 are mostly humans. But, there's a lot of creatures too, but
yeah, but there was only like
they're rubber masks. There are people sitting there going wow wow wow.
Yeah, that's a hard dialogue. What?
Yeah. But it's a very big thrill in getting those guys to act. Suddenly now they can actually perform and have performances which they couldn't do before.
Yeah, like you said, subtle animations have been created. I mean, complete character movement.
It's taken. We finally have gotten to a point where science fiction and fantasy, which really are primarily a literary genre, because it's an imagination rich storytelling device, which means you got to create things that just are not, that you only create in your imagination. You can never make them real or physical.
Mm-hmm.
And so science fiction movies have a very difficult time with that because you do at some point or another for 5 or 10 minutes have to create that reality. Which is where obviously special effects come into those kinds of movies. And special effects, have been reasonably limited in what they've been able to do, especially with the sophistication of the audience. I mean, every year they get more and more literate in cinematic devices, and they expect more in terms of you can't deal with the crudeness that you could 50 years ago in your special effects and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, when you go back and look.
Yeah, you look at it, they're
what
great.
You tolerated was
great for what they were. I mean, amazing for what they were. But people don't expect jerky motions in animated characters anymore. They expect it to be smooth, and they expect facial expressions, and they expect it to be up to.
And subtleties. They're looking for all of that now. They want it to be, as like you said, cinematically real and subtle and complex as things that they've grown used to in movies.
Yeah.
In live action movies.
And it's really literally been in the last 5 years that's become a reality. And we're still we're still sort of sorting it out, but it's like 5 years ago you couldn't do it.
Where do you think it's going to go in terms of the technology?
I like the whole exchange of dialogue there. That was some good stuff. Our comments had some good stuff. As here, Laserbolt said, J-Ro and Horton are the classic. That's true. Go check out our video.
Yes.
With Laserbolt.
Yes.
Where J-Ro,
just as racially insensitive as the prequels. It's great.
Perfect. Imagine radio shows are being done now. As I agree, I would I would enjoy a long form podcast, but not a radio show. And a message from Tide, like that would be like the sponsors would be thrown in the middle of that shit. You know what I mean?
Don't even listen. You're gonna get people started on the Cerveza Cristal bullshit again if you're not careful.
Oh, I'm tired of that. Cerveza Cristal bullshit. Let's keep it going.
The last 5 years and the next 5.
Well, I think
go fuck myself.
Digital technology is going to solidify and become. I mean, we're going to have digital films projected in theaters. We're going to shoot the films digitally, which the next Star Wars is being shot digitally. A lot of low budget.
That allows immediate editing. You can.
Yeah, I mean the thing is. when I got involved in sort of digital editing way back, 20 years ago, and tried to make it all happen, and we were the only ones that were doing it. The Editoroid was like the only, non-linear, digital-based system, because this was before really personal computers had come in or anything else, and it was done in order to be able to very quickly move large amounts of film around and keep track of them and put them together in ways that I was used to doing it as an editor. Once we got off the film thing of using editing machines and sprockets and everything, we could do things you couldn't even think about doing before.
Yeah, immediate makes of music.
Yeah, and then the next step really was in Phantom Menace. The whole film was really put into a computer.
On an Avid.
I mean, we put it onto the Avid, but we actually the real film itself was put into a SGI, very high-powered machine, and some of it we shot on film, some of it we shot digitally, put it all in there, and when it came out, in 4 theaters we showed it digitally, and in the rest of the world we showed it back on film. But now we had it edited on a digital machine. Then on Phantom Menace, we actually did all our special effects and everything on a digital machine. And then now we're going to shoot it on a digital system. And so the only part that's left really is the theater. So then the
last step is a live feed, digital feed.
Or put it on a disc, or you can get it there any way you want.
Wow,
but
did you hear that? A live digital feed. That's crazy. That is what we are doing right now commercially. Like, we just pay for a software to do this. That's nuts. Legitimately just predicted all of media today. That was so...
Yeah, well, maybe even the volume. Yeah,
of course. I'm not even address that here. Let's keep...
Not to upset everyone.
No. Upsetty spaghetti over a big screen.
Going into the chemical process, the sort of celluloid chemical running things through a sprocket system.
So the chances of damage or anything.
Damage, and the quality is better, and it's also it's converting it back and forth. It costs all the money and takes all the time. If you stay in
digital to film,
because what you do is you convert film to digital to film, and it's going back and forth. It's cumbersome and very expensive.
And the chances of losing 12 reels like the first when the guy was born, I got a truck with Phantom Menace in the back. I swear it's in the back of the truck.
Yeah, well, that's, everybody was saying, wow, we can't go digitally because there's no security and there's good copy and what are these cans of film? I mean,
it's like the one that was missing for like.
Yeah, all they have to do is be missing for about 2 or 3 hours from 12 o'clock the last showing to like 4 in the morning, and they are. There's too much money involved. It's, most in New York there was the FBI has a very small unit trying to deal with these sort of things. They caught this one guy. He was a big pirate, and he said, I used to be a drug dealer, but I discovered I can make a hell of a lot more money pirating movies than I could selling drugs, and it's a lot easier, and the dangers are a lot less.
I'll tell you this, man. When you're dealing with it, I got 12 cans of film. It's so much easier.
Yeah, you just have to get a hold of the film for a few hours, and then buy a lot of equipment.
And you don't have to put things up your ass like you did. People, what do you put 12 cans of films up your ass? I can't smuggle that, man. That's painful. I ain't going to be a mule for 12 cans of film up my booty. Put it away. What are you doing? I swear, ow, what are you doing? One more can to go. Shut up! Digitally, one disc. Okay, I'll do that. So the direct link will be just the digital, and then you can encrypt it any way you want.
Yeah, the issue is encryption, but that's the issue with everything. Let's face it. I mean, the future is based on encryption, and how do we deal with it? And because you can't have commerce.
Wow.
You can't have large sums.
That's literally like what our iPhones are being marketed on right now. Have you seen those ads? It's like the safest phone. I'm like, how weird. Like that's like your data is private. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just I don't know. That's like a big mark. Like Safari, search privately. I'm like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what a weird thing they have to.
What have I been doing this whole time?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Searching publicly, they'll have public records of all the
that explains those ads.
Okay.
Yeah, Moving panties to the side.
Home right now, the next part of the interview.
It's encrypted.
Enigma.
But a lot of the growth is dependent on being able to secure transactions, which includes, copyrighted material and everything else.
Back and forth. Yeah, because then it's like you said, the transfer process can be safe.
Right. And there's, a lot of issues in copyright that are going to come up, that are already coming up. Half the world doesn't believe in copyright, and the other half does. Yeah. And
when you get to Southeast Asia, it's like, isn't this? Yes.
Well, it's China. As far as China is concerned, all art and all copyrighted material belong to the people.
At all times.
At all times, and the artists are paid by the state.
You built Disneyland. No, it's not a Disneyland.
Yeah, it belongs to the people.
Belong to the people, as you notice. It's a third world after all. This is different than small world. This is all better, and we have Mickey Mouse, but that's Mickey Mouse. Different character. And you go, instead of Country Bear Jamboree, it's Yankee Bear Jamboree. It's different.
Well, that's one of the bigger issues, I think, because it really is going to determine in a great way the direction that the arts go.
Well, look at the landscape we have now of literally, like you said today alone, Sony announcing no more CDs for your game. So you can buy it physically, but it's just going to be a code in a box.
Yeah, well, and they're saying by 2028, right? They're not going to be they're not going to be printing any more discs.
Sony won't, which is just So you no longer own the game at this point. The game is a digital version of what you it's everything we're dealing with now with like Alden said it earlier and on the Blathering I was listening and he was like there's two different ways of pirating now, you know what I mean? There's the Robin Hood way and then there's this way. It's streaming in its own way is kind of like pirating, but you're paying the artist 0.5 of a cent or some crazy shit, know, 0.0005 every time you play a song by them. And the only way to be successful now is if you have millions of plays a day, that could generate you maybe $10,000, right? Well, what I'm saying is it's crazy how they kind of predicted and talked about that. China, I didn't know that was part of China's, I guess, artistic landscape. I had no idea. They don't believe in copyright in the same way that we do. I don't know if it still holds true. I don't know if it still holds true. It is from the year 2000 after all. But,
here we go. Brady's saying now copyright is like a dual track system.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Goes both ways. I honestly, if you can't expand on that,
it's
please.
Like that one girl I met in college. I'm bisexual.
Is the young indie adventures?
The copyright holders have always said we don't own what we listen to, watch, or play. The money we spend is buying a license to enjoy. That's true, which is still kind of scary. A license to enjoy.
I wanna have it.
So
I want to enjoy. I don't want to buy a license to enjoy it. I want to just have it and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why I have a lot of music, a lot of physical albums. If for some reason streaming's all right, it's over, I'll at least have tons of MP3s and albums. Yeah. Okay. So I did not know this. Okay. Publicly owned. Okay. So this is kind of like when our copyright laws turn over, some things are public domain, unless they are Gene Autry serials, which are for some reason still very much copyright protected, and they will flag your whole channel because of it. So
yeah, no, they don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
All right. Let's keep watching this.
How that works out. I mean, it's especially true in the area that I'm in, which is film, where you have films that are very, very inexpensive, and they can survive in that environment. But any films that are big, Blair Witch can work that way.
Because
Star Wars can't.
Marketed because it was marketed even towards where the hits from the website were.
But if you make a film for $50,000, you sell it for 10 cents a shot, or do a couple of ad campaigns or something, you can probably pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're making a movie for $100 million, there's no way you're going to make your money back.
Stakes are a little higher.
Yeah, but if you want to see movies that cost $100 million to make, there has to be a methodology for getting the money back. It's it's funny, the press comes, they look at the success of Star Wars and they go, oh, this is very successful, and gosh, he makes hundreds of millions of dollars. They forget that, I could take that money now and spend it on the next one, which is going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars. It doesn't just sort of go into somebody's pocket. It actually goes into the next movie.
Coming back.
Yeah, it's like, it does. You have to come up with the money to make the next one.
Seed money.
Yeah, you got to keep...
You're turning it around.
Turning it around and keeping going. Otherwise, you run out of money.
Yeah, because of these things take so much. And it's sad, that weird thing, like you said, in between now is that whole, what used to be the whole marketing system and like what will happen to studios and all of that. That's what's kind of interesting to see if that will change, if that's, they're trying to, it's like a huge animal trying to move like a dinosaur, figuring out what do we do next.
Well, if some kind of business model comes out of all this, because right now everything's up in the air. I don't think anybody's got a notion of what's going to happen. But if a business model does work itself out of this, I'm very, very confident that it's going to be accessible to everybody. Wow. And that is the biggest thing that could happen.
Wow. I mean, that's literally what I do when I get home and I open up my Amazon Fire Stick. It's just like everything I could possibly want's right in front of me. God bless. This is interesting. He really is just like...
He knows he's a futurist.
Truly, but like a practical
always
futurist.
Has been.
I'm a futurist, but I have like such ridiculously high hopes that can never happen. In my lifetime at least.
You want to be sucked off by a computer.
So like realistically, if I were to be a futurist right now, it would be like, okay, maybe they'll outlaw fireworks and make drone shows for like state facilitated drone shows. Like that. Maybe that's
better for the furry friends.
Yeah, and better for the environment.
I know that's I feel like that's a very practical futurist.
Practical,
thought.
but like. We're in America. You can't take our fireworks away from us.
No. There would be an uprising.
You want to give
thousands of people will die.
You want to give people what they're not expecting to want, and what you do is you give it to the young people first, and then by the time it makes its way to the old people, it's already streamlined. Like I remember having Netflix on my Nintendo Wii in 2012, watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and that was kind of a groundbreaking thing. Like, I'm going to go and turn my Wii on and watch Always Sunny on my CRT, But now we live in... So that's 2012 I was doing that. That means we're in 2026. So that was like 14 years ago. And now that's like... You can't even go into Walmart without the idea of like buying a smart television, And it has to have some sort of program operating system in there. So like... What would realistically, commercially speaking, 12 years look like now? Everyone's be like, oh, the TV's in your glasses. But no, it's something much easier than that. It's something much more, it's already happening now, but in 12 years it'll be a commercially understandable thing. Will like Snapchat finally break through to the old people? Like I'm just so curious to know, like, are we
not as much as TikTok has?
Well, the other problem is, too, that there used to be kind of a barrier between what is new and then what does become the popular culture trend-setting thing. So, like, the ability to understand that, like, Netflix is streaming something 12 years from now, what is something that we believe it's in its infancy and will change the world as we know it? Maybe electric cars. I see a lot more electric vehicles out, right? Is that... But, like, it has to be a new method of consumption, not a new method of mobility. I don't know, I'm thinking really deep about this. You know what I mean? Like, I love that George is just, like, calling it as it is.
Right.
And there's a reason why he's...
That's what he's always done.
Tycoon. Yeah, there's a reason why we don't make $4 billion from selling Star Wars and then go open up our own museum with half the money and give the other half of the money to charity. There's a reason why we're not doing that. And it's the thoughts and the intentions of a brain like this in this man. So I'm going to click play. This is super interesting to me, though.
Instead of having,
I love this.
Half a dozen studios and half a dozen television cable networks determining who gets on the net, and having to spend $20-30 million on marketing and that kind of thing. If you can deliver it over the internet, it's going to be available to everybody. And as I say, you can make little tiny, inexpensive movies or entertainments, and you don't need you can work in a very, very small niche market and still make your money back and stay alive.
So now we have a day off. It's our time to go. Well, you have to go back and write. You have to.
I'm not going to write today.
No, it's
today
Sunday.
is Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
I'd normally be writing, but
The Sabbath.
you have relieved me of that.
Now we can go enjoy it.
Yeah, since you've taken the heart out of my day, I've decided, I really can't go and write now.
No guilt now. You've taken my Sunday, Robin.
No, I've taken some of your Sundays.
Yes.
We trade Sundays.
We trade off of
for good cause.
We trade benefits. Thanks, George. It was a good day, boss.
Yeah, well, it was fun. We sort of eased into that without realizing we were doing it.
That's how we always do it, sir. It was like...
That was fun.
Oh, thanks, boss. Very good day. Now we can go enjoy Sunday. There's people here waiting for you.
Oh, yeah?
Marie?
Bunk.
Thanks.
Well, my pleasure.
Wonderful.
I'll call on you to redo Howard the Duck now.
Okay. I gotta come do that. I remember you had the first meeting. I went, I don't know, the duck scares me. We're looking around at the duck.
We're going to get this right, if it takes the rest of my life. I will not let go.
Howard the Duck, the one project. It was like the spruce goose for Hughes. George would not let Howard go.
It'll be Howard the Duck back again, and then after that, the next one will be Howard the Duck, he won't give up. And the next one is, I think I've got it right this time. Please look at it.
Please, don't be afraid to look at him.
Ladies and gentlemen, part 2. The Phantom Menace returns. This time, Marlon Brando is Jabba the Hutt.
I don't think you understand that this is all about a business arrangement we had, and you never discuss the Hutt.
George Lucas returns.
Oh, someone's hacked into the interview now.
Whack this thing a lot. I'm sure you guys really love that.
What is this? Is that bothering you?
I keep talking. There's got to be some Italian in here. I have too many Italian friends. Let's put it that way.
What are you doing? Hey,
I don't know how to talk
what is
without
that
my
about?
hands.
Why do you like The Sopranos? That's a great fucking show. What are you doing? Hey, what is this for? Hey, for people listening at home. Hey. What is that? Step into the black car, Mr. Lucas.
No, don't be afraid, George. We've got to start shooting. We've got everybody here. We're waiting.
It's getting to be what it is.
Well, the whole
It's fun, though. I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm just getting old. You know what that's like?
I do, actually. What's your name?
Yeah.
Mr. Fracas? No, it's like now when you get to the point you're going, like you said, you want to get all this done before you're 60. So you see all the digital possibilities of all the stuff you made in the last one. God, the complete characters.
Well, it's happened now. I mean, we've been, working on this for years and years, and we got it. And then, now Sony with, with Stuart Little, I mean, they pulled it off too. So it's like, it's real now.
Very.
Yeah, you can do it. And it sort of got exaggerated, the Phantom, because the audience grew up. And so what they loved when they were 10 years old, they definitely didn't like when they were like 30. They said they expected it sort of, to have that same reaction, and they couldn't, it's still for 10-year-olds. So it's like, the 10-year-olds love Jar Jar Binks.
Huge.
Right. It's just a huge character. And, the only people that really don't like it are some of the hardcore fans and the media. The media hates it.
Yeah, I didn't see a response like that in a long time. It was like...
I mean, obviously we're trying to make it non-generic. We're trying to make it so that it's...
relatable.
It has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has to do with, really
it's like they're following the same beats
cliches,
from the last
really,
interview.
that are created that certain people fall into.
I wonder why. Maybe it was a do-over. Maybe they're just like, oh, just do it again. And I don't know. This is interesting.
Yeah, it feels because they even from Howard the Duck to the ethnic nature of Jar Jar Binks' accent.
Let's see. There's no context on what this was for either. Okay, let's keep going.
And they talk about trading
the whole
Sundays.
group gets painted with the same brush as the few, who are the classics. And in Phantom Menace, it works that way because the truth of it is that the Gungans are a race of people who have low self-esteem in relationship to those who live above the ground. And the whole story is about these two groups coming together because the group that lives above the ground bows down and begs for help from this other group, which gives them the self-esteem and the recognition they need to feel equal.
By the end, when they're together.
Yeah, when they're in and they help win the thing, and that's the whole movie. That's what it's about.
Right.
It's about two different races coming together, we never really talk about if there was any actually logical reason why they felt inferior. We tried to make it look like there really wasn't any, other than
the fact that they live underwater.
One lived up and one lived down.
Yeah.
The technologies were very different.
One's an amphibian and the other's.
Yeah, and they have very different technology. One can sort of go into space, the other can't, but that doesn't make one better than the other. One can sort of go through the underground world, very sufficiently, and they can use sort of plasma energy and all kinds of things that the other advanced society can't use. So we try to make them equal but different.
Right.
And then that's the story, but then everybody sort of
picks up on it
and says, oh, well,
What you've made then.
Yeah.
We find a layer of ethnicity, which is not even a word. Ethnicity, which is a word. Yeah, I think it was like you said, that people looking to lock onto things immediately, right off the bat.
Well, they don't really look at the story or what things are trying to...
Yeah, you can hook up and create anything now.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. I love that. Like, that's something we always talk about with our friends in media literacy of, like, people just see what they want to see and not see what is actually before them. That's what Force Center's whole mantra is. Like, it's never about it's not about what you want. It's about what the artist is telling you, And it might not be what you want. Maybe that's the point.
I mean, it's that thing, the vision that, you start off with so long ago, and then now
it's taken, we've finally gotten to a point where science fiction and fantasy, which really are primarily a literary genre, because it's an imagination rich storytelling device, which means you got to create things that just are not, that you only create in your imagination. You can never make them real or physical.
Mm-hmm.
And so science fiction movies have a very difficult time with that. I like the genre. I'm not a fanatic about it, actually.
Those are the same interview.
I'm sort of more of a fanatic about history than I am about science fiction.
What did you see when you were in the basement? They said at Berkeley, they took you into the anthropology basement.
Oh, it was so much fun.
What was it like? What did you see?
Well, they got this huge basement down there with all of the stuff that they've collected over the years.
So it's basically like the warehouse in Indiana Jones. So it's like they have everything in the basement?
Yeah, it's all stored down there. I mean, they have a very little actual museum there. It's very small. But they have a lot of artifacts, and it's all down in the basement.
As in, what type of stuff?
Oh, it's everything. They have a lot of Pacific things, but they have, Greek and, all kinds of antiquities, Egypt, but a lot of California, a lot of Native American things, South American, I'd say a lot of stuff from the Pacific.
Samoa, Fiji.
Samoan, Fiji, all over Easter Island, all that sort of thing.
I want to see the outtakes from the Easter Island statue. Who are that? No, it's too small, squat. Give me longer faces.
But it was fun. It was we got to go into one. It's just all over the place. It really is like an amazing treasure hunt, because they have there's cabinets and things and everything. So, we'll look down and it's sort of, it's like a maze, it goes all over the place. You say, oh, look over here. And we opened up this cabinet and pulled out some drawers, and there was this amazing South American, I can't even remember which country it was. I think it was Peruvian, but most amazing rings and jewelry, that were so modern. You said, wow, I mean, that could be like it was made yesterday, and here it is, 800 years old, and very sophisticated, very wonderful stuff. And you see, look at, it's like, and you go over somewhere else and you get to see woven baskets, or there are a lot of these little tiny miniature baskets.
The tiny, like...
Yeah, they have little feathers on them and things. Are just little and really tight weaves.
Everyone's like, like typical fandom people are like, they're like, I could listen to George read the yellow pages and I'd be happy, And I'm listening to this like, all right, move on. I've listened to too much George, and I can listen to George talk about anything. Like, here's him talking about baskets. So there's that. You know what I mean? Like, if you really mean that, then I have the perfect interview for you right here.
Right.
Man. Yeah, look, see that? Dude, imagine if this was said next.
It's gonna be full of narrative art. I think I'm gonna call it the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. I'm gonna put a
they're
I'll put General Grievous wheel bike in there. You don't even know what that is yet.
You don't even know what that is yet.
Only about 2 inches high, and they're very, very intricate designs on them.
And these are just basically the stuff that they store. And
Yeah.
God, that's incredible to think that that's all sitting there.
Yeah, and they have some, Eskimo art where there's all these little carvings, and they just make it miniature until they have these little teeny things you can barely hold in your hand. They're all carved. They're all very intricately carved.
Micro fetish.
It's amazing. Amazing. You just sort of look at that. And it was the mother, I think, of William Randolph Hearst that did the whole thing, and she was a very big archaeological and anthropological enthusiast. And so she sponsored a lot of expeditions and a lot of collections and things, and that's really where most of it has come from. And it was all done around the turn of the century.
Oh man, that was
before the turn of the century. Yeah.
That's when the
the century before, it's 19th century.
19th century, end of the 19th century.
Yeah.
The time.
I forget, we're now in the 21st century.
Yeah, the Archaeological Society it was good to join a club like that. Welcome to the Egyptologists. So we found evidence here.
You have to be careful with talking about kids. I say, that was, that was last century. That was, around the turn of the last century. And they say, oh, the end of the last century. You mean 1994 or 5?
Your mother and I were online. What do you mean? We used to stand in line for films. It's like, well, there's no websites when we were growing up. You little, come over here, you little mouse user. And you've also, like with your education foundation, you've been finding like the use.
Oh, the Lucas Education Foundation.
First of all, we're starting with hardware and computers, but also with the internet and software of all that for education and the connection.
Right. Yeah. Well, we started out, it's funny because we started that foundation about 15 years ago and talking about the internet and being able to pull information off the internet and things like that was just foreign to everybody, and people were just putting computers in school and using them as typewriters.
Yeah,
and
basic word processors.
Yeah, and it's to say that isn't what happens, and so we basically do a lot of research on how is the best way to use technology in school, and it has a lot of ramifications of changing the whole learning process that I think is very, very powerful. And it's the best hope for education that I've ever seen. And that's really why I got involved in it, because it really does say the system can change and it can work, and it does work. And it's really with the power of this technology to free up the teacher to work more closely with the kids.
Give them access to amazing, not just
incredible
information, but also access to the people who, like with that entomologist, it was just basically, he was giving them, incredible, and also access to amazing instruments that they had, that electron microscope.
The thing of it is that since we brought that film out, 4 universities have started programs on the internet that any school can tap into.
Serious? That's wonderful.
That are just like that. So it's again, part of it is just getting the word out and getting people to understand what they want.
Like online learning? Is that what you're saying?
Online school, yeah. There's it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's it right now.
And how it works.
This is an interesting pairing. I never have thought about them together at all.
It's very good. I was in a special education in the mid-'80s, and my teacher was the first to get the Apple II. That's incredible. That's awesome.
And people gather together and make it happen.
Like getting people to swim. You have to say, don't be afraid. You have to we'll walk you into the water very slowly. Because I think for them, you're right, it seems like an ocean. They don't know.
Well, you stand there and well, I don't know how this works. But if you show them, this is the way they're doing it here, this is the way they're doing it there, these are the things that actually seem to work, and you can show it to them, people really respond. Because I think one of the biggest issues in education is that people don't really know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what it is that works. And it's important for the parents and the legislators and the teachers and everybody involved in education who care about it to know what works. Yeah. And then they can sort of build their own version of that. But there's a lot of great things happening out there.
Well, just that interactive conferencing where they could have and be talking one-on-one with somebody, so far away, but also talking one-on-one with like a professor at a university who would have access to not only the information, but, extraordinary instruments, and answering their questions in real time, video conferencing, even though it may be streaming and slightly off, but you still get the information.
Well, and we're pushing. It brings up things like taking the best professors, not only in colleges but in high schools, in a high school. The best biology teacher, and having him tape his lectures, and then having that be your homework, because
that'd be amazing.
Then you don't have to sit through it. And if you've got 3 biology professors, and one is much better at working with the kids, and one is much better, and one of them is very good at explaining how things work, then you can see that on your own time, just like reading a book, and then the professor can actually sit down and try to work through what you don't understand about it. It's a very different way of, because
basically classroom, rote learning then it becomes participatory on an individual.
And which is one of the things about education is it has been in the past really taught in isolation. Students are isolated from each other. They're isolated from the teacher's isolated from the other teachers. The school is isolated from the community. And technology helps to break that all down so that everybody's working with each other.
Jesus.
And it also breaks down the idea, brings up project learning and that sort of thing, because of the fact that you can simulate things on a computer, so that you're not working in the abstract.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing math in the abstract or things. You actually have a project you're doing, and in the process of doing this project, you're learning these basic skills.
Yeah, there goes some information to
that's everything I do now, project-based learning, STEM. That's all STEM is just being able to give a kid an assignment and have them assess what's the best way to do it. Like, all right, if you're gonna make a roller coaster out of paper cups and foam noodles and straws and super glue and all that, and you only have 5 days to do it, and you present it to the principal on Friday, it's just you gotta work together on it. You gotta see what works. You gotta troubleshoot it. You gotta perfect it. The higher the score, the better the class does. You get graded on all that. That is project-based learning. George is just describing what a STEM classroom is, and now that's integrated in every classroom in America.
Right.
Most kids learn.
Well, I like that he was also just inventing the Great Courses Plus.
Yes, masterclass. He's inventing all the online Zoom calls just in terms of just saying it out loud. Now, I agree. This would be super fascinating. Talk about just computers and what he thought a computer was.
It really works so much better, and you see the kids working with these new systems, and it's phenomenal. The enthusiasm and I know why I'm doing it. I know why I'm doing this. I know why I'm learning algebra now, because I need to do it in order to do this project I'm working on.
Yeah, I need a theoretical base.
And that all works very, very well. And the idea of getting kids to work with each other is the thing you see in in that classroom that we had in one of the films, where the kids are catching bugs and trying to understand bugs, and the 2 or 3 kids are working together, and you really get a sense of how you learn to work with other people, which is ultimately the key to success in later life. It's not how intellectually intelligent you are, it's how emotionally intelligent you are. How well do you get along with other people? How well you get them to see your point of view, or to collaborate on a thing, and to build together. Yeah,
that one person will spark a stimulating thing, and then somebody will take that and build the next step. I saw that in that tape with them.
It's very contrary to a lot of the system, the way it works, which is individual excellence rather than team excellence and learning to work with other people, because individual excellence only works to a point in real life. And if you're and even if you're a basketball star, you got to work with a team. Thing is going to happen otherwise. So it's very rare that you get into an occupation
this one Robin's
where
way
you're
more
all by
serious
yourself.
For.
You're almost always dependent on a group of people to help you, or you're helping them. And that's key to it. In the end, it's how well do you work with other people, and that needs to be taught in schools.
Do you think that the technology can be disseminated? To really get it out everywhere. As it becomes cheaper, like you see with all. That's the only problem I see sometimes is, you see that, the upper end stuff is so expensive, but also just getting it out. And a lot of people now are donating, which is great, but to get it everywhere and accessible combined with the education of using it, like you said,
Well, what I've focused on is finding out what works and then disseminating that information to as many people as possible. Because I figured if you know what you want, you will find a way to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you really have to know what you're asking for, you know. And what's going to inevitably happen, which does, is the richer schools get the stuff first and they start building it, but then we photograph that and send it to everybody. So then the poorer schools can say, well, I want to have one of those too. And then they know what to demand, and if they put enough political pressure and whatnot, and scream loud enough, they'll get it too. And but if they don't know what they want, then they don't scream, and then they don't get anything.
Right. Do you think that there'll be like, I mean, it's coming from the other end too, getting a lot of the kind of high-end technology companies, like Apple did it, but also other companies donating the stuff that's either, you know, not out of date, but, you know, the older models that...
Well, it's, you know, part of it, there is a problem there, because giving the kids the stuff that's out of date is not helpful to them.
No, because they need upturn.
Because we're in a, I mean, it was a great idea in the beginning.
But now when you get something that's out of date, it really doesn't work well because everything else is like so fast.
The kids are learning on something that is, you know, back in the dark ages.
Yeah.
And that was like a year ago.
What do you mean it's a 56K modem? I'm sorry. Can we have a DSL? I know, we're trying.
Well, it's, you know, it's one of those funny things, which is, I got into this and started to get into a little bit of the political process because I was very concerned about universal service to schools. This was 10 years ago, before they did the Universal Telecommunications Bill. And so I spent my time traipsing around D.C. trying to convince everybody that it was very, very important. I mean, I was willing to go along with universal.
What?
George traipsing around D.C.
And like,
just I don't know,
him kind of fighting for.
I went over there.
Bill to pass.
Knocked on a few doors.
I like this. This is going really. It's only got 10 minutes left, so we're gonna finish it and then we're gonna wrap up for the night. But I want to hear the rest. This is fascinating.
Fantastic. No, this is great.
This is awesome.
I really miss Robin. It really makes me miss Robin.
I do too. Ed, yeah, same. It makes me, because now he's being super chill and insightful. You know.
Yeah.
Service, but I thought that it should be free.
Mm-hmm.
I said this is a very valuable asset for schools, and they needed to have free
internet access to everything.
And you know, everybody's going, you know, having a heart attack and saying you can't do that and all that kind of stuff. And the first thing I learned is the first thing you got to do is convince them that education is important.
And that it actually works.
You know, and I said, gosh, if I've got to start there, if I've got to convince these guys that education is...
You need light to see.
Yeah, it's very important to our society that people be educated, because...
What you mean?
Everything depends on it, you know, in terms of the prosperity and in terms of peace, good life, everything depends on good education. And if you can't see that, then... we got a lot more problems than I think, you know.
Yeah, and right. Look what we're looking at,
George.
So,
George.
You know, I think corporations spend, you know, huge amounts of money training people to read and write.
Mm-hmm.
And if they would just give the money and try to make the school systems work, then they wouldn't have to spend that money later.
Right.
You know, and if they just see that they're...
it's an immediate thing, but
it's to everybody's interest to get a good educational system, and that the country gets and industry gets and all communities get the kind of an educated employee and citizen that they want and they need.
But like you said, it's a strange thing to have to argue that point.
Yeah.
People who are going, well, what do you mean? Well, what do I mean? It means energy, money. It means all these things that you and I think we both grew up in the same educational system in California. It was like a public schools.
Yeah.
And in the Midwest, I remember too. I remember that I remember having excellent teachers. I remember that it was a supported system, that it wasn't an argument, that it was actually something that our parents believed was a right, along with, you know, clean air and water. But
I love this. But think of shareholders' profits. That's the scary part. We know that our educators, I agree, you know, like that's the point of what we do, you know, me and Buck both. And being a parent like Jerry, you know, you don't want your kids to grow up in a world where they're not learning every day.
Well,
you know?
it's funny, the part that the technology that they're predicting and talking about plays into miseducation.
Yes. Yeah, good point.
It's like the one thing that they couldn't predict is the miseducation that would happen.
Well, it's like
people think, and then people being like, no, it's physically written down here in writing, so it has to be the truth.
hold on, I gotta you make me think of something like
objective truth just like it's almost died. It's hard if you are not a very well-educated person.
Yeah,
you fall for a lot of misinformation.
It's like
and stuff
it's
like
like
that,
the same
and propaganda.
Idea. It's the same idea of like, it was made with good intentions. Like Alfred Nobel, like Nobel Peace Prize, like the man who founded the Nobel Peace Prize, like who created dynamite to like explode and explore and like change landscapes and make things move faster. Unfortunately didn't create the next war machine, level of like, technological destruction, really. So like this idea of like, but the kids should have access to computers because then they would have better education systems. And you're so right. Like, who would have thought that the thing that promised us better education was the same device, and companies that ended up corrupting our mindsets and outlooks to say that no, this is actually bad for like this is misinformation. We're feeding you purposely misled information just so you can have like a psychosis. You can have you can. I mean, that's yes. When yeah, that's it.
But they should have just dumped all the UFO videos online in Disclosure Day. Because that would have worked. Why didn't they just put it on the internet?
Do that in the beginning. Yeah, why didn't they do that in the beginning?
Fucking children.
Yep. Yes, failing our students terribly. They make me so upset. Much worse. I mean, it's the school either adapts or doesn't adapt. Let's keep watching this. This is super interesting, though.
Now you have to pay for the water. We'll talk later. It's the idea that this is this is a given, and it seems to have been lost. And the fact that you are arguing that point, or we're arguing it on a daily basis with people, and yet people bitching about it, saying, "Oh, well, what happened?" I went, "What happened is you know."
Well, it's funny, when I grew up in California here, we had free education all the way through
university,
all the way through university to get your PhD.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the best thing to me, is that anybody, no matter who you were or what you were or where you came from, could get an education, and you could go all the way as far as you wanted to go, and it would cost a very, very little amount of money, and
and it was supported by a system that said this is part, and it worked because obviously it fed a lot of people into the system that really.
The California is the state school.
It was first and second in the nation for so long time, and it was
state colleges and the University of California.
Junior colleges were actually
junior colleges. I went to a junior college, and it was absolutely free.
Me too.
And it was I thought at the time, this is the greatest thing about America, is that you really can be anything you want to be. There really is nothing stopping you.
Yeah, and there were there were no areas that were underfinanced or stuff like arts, but you had all that in science and everything, and it seemed like anything was possible, like you said, and that for me was a great thing.
Then there was a period that in the sort of 70s there.
Yeah, it was
where we had a governor who decided that it would be better if everybody paid for it, and to hell with those who couldn't pay. So we'll give them student loans. So now people come out of colleges and they got $100,000 loan to pay off.
And then they wonder why
called it.
Oh, lucky.
Brady. But yeah, like I don't know. This is. Let's see. Is it really that bad? And the rest, it's pretty bad. It's bad. At least for me, I work in private education, so I see a different side of it. But friends that I know that work in public, it's the focus in America is so much more about the cultural and rating the success of a school. Is our community good enough? Number one, is our grades good enough to reflect that? And then everything else is secondary. The individual learner, unless you're a good teacher, is probably almost tertiary, not even secondary, tertiary. Where I'm at, it's almost inverted. Where obviously I am a man of faith by career choices. Does it mean I practice every day? Does it mean I believe all the same things my religion teaches me? Not necessarily. But faith is the baseline at my school. The individual learner is the second. And then community outreach is probably the third. I would say maybe the kid comes first, then like faith, then the school outlook. But all that being said, it is a system that has been. I mean, you have a child that it's not even a part of the system because it's
yeah,
a
which
point
is
of
a whole
contention between
different
you and
can
your
of
ex-wife.
worms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, let's just face it, in any school can fall victim to it, but we live in a time and age where like security and police resource officers aren't necessarily there, and you know, it's become a trend to come shoot up schools, and like it seems like it happens, you know, when like it doesn't happen over the summer. So it's
There's
like
one every day.
Yeah, you know,
except for no, they don't happen in the summer. So what are we so fucking worried about?
yeah, exactly, guys. It's not the people, you know.
It's not that bad.
I'm sorry. It's not the guns. It's the people, you know.
Yeah.
We talk about this passingly, but I mean,
once heard a joke one time. I don't know. I forget where this is from. It's like guns don't kill people. Fathers who come home early do.
Yes.
But
yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's
not good.
Education also in America is seen as a forced experience. So at least I know in the South it seems like a forced. I mean, no kid really wants to learn, but when done effectively, they understand that it's more than a series of rewards and challenges, if that makes sense. You know, it should be.
There's a good portion of people I feel like that don't feel it as just a human right.
Yeah, that's
to be educated.
Yeah, no. In
fact, I think a lot of people who are in charge would rather that you not be educated.
Exactly. Yeah, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. We're gonna finish this. This is stemmed some very good discussions though, because some people aren't aware what education is like. You know, in other places. Like I know Noah is a teacher in Norway. He teaches little kids. He teaches like the like I think like first graders maybe, and like they don't have a summer, but they have like a 2-week break every 6 weeks or something crazy, which maybe that would be good.
Does he teach them how to clean a whale carcass?
I'm not kidding. They go on. So unlike America where like everything is cutesy-fied, like reindeer are cute and dolphins are cute or whatever, you know. And in Norway, like they take them to, because one of the biggest exports of Norway is reindeer meat. So they take them to the reindeer like facility. They
get to use the thing.
They skin the reindeer in front of the kids, and the kids bring home reindeer pelts. And I mean this is legit. Like this is like
just like wet reindeer pelts.
I don't think it's wet, but it's part of.
Do they worship an elk god in Norway?
No,
I feel like it's like very. I think they might.
May.
Like around a fiery effigy or something. I just imagine Noah like in, I don't know. I feel like he's in Hereditary or something.
I like what Eli brings up as well. There'll be since to the day I die. It's the grades. Being constantly judged on your educational performance is degrading to mental health and actively threatening educational progress. Part of me agrees. But the one thing I will say from the perspective of an educator, grades or rubrics really are the great leveler. And I went from a class that was taught, you know, that had scores, that had a grade. Then for the past 4 years, I've been in a class that's primarily based in like project-based learning and did they succeed as a group to achieve a thing. Whereas I pitched grades for those classes so every kid is held accountable. So like the kid that turns in the 5-minute long video is going to be probably rewarded grade-wise than the kid that turned in the 1-minute video or whatever it is, you know, if whatever the parameters are set by the rubric and me as the educator and the expectations set on by the educator. Now, I do agree with Eli. Grades, I think scores are important, but I think kids having to be any award ceremony, like if you're like a B student and you make whatever that is, dean's list, not principal's list, like I think it does negatively impact some kids' outlook on what it means to be a student. Just because your learning disability doesn't allow you and doesn't give you or grant you the access that other things have, there's some kids that are just gifted, or just naturally gifted athletically, naturally gifted intelligence-wise, naturally gifted musically or socially, that, you know, that's enough of a challenge for some kids, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't think grades should be taken away, but I certainly do agree that grades should be better presented. I don't know. I could talk about this as a teacher.
That's fair. That's fair.
Constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of student were you?
Well, see, you have to know what's that.
What kind of student were you? I actually never even asked you this.
Oh, not great. I was a C student. I would say, for the most part. But a lot of that is just untreated ADHD for a while. Different things like that. And I mean, they were just starting to try to cater towards different kind of learning disabilities. When it was like more after I left that really started to become more of a thing.
Yeah, like accommodations didn't exist when you were a child.
Right, right.
In that
well,
way.
I mean, it's like it is still a thing. I mean, it's crazy in this country how mental health is still such a controversial topic for a lot of people.
Like second rate.
I know so many people who will tell me to my face that my ADHD, my disability, does not exist.
Yeah.
I was on a flight with this gorgeous podcasting woman. We were talking. We were both from the Grand Rapids area. All that. And just the conversation was going great. Like, oh, you make stuff too? Yeah, me too. And then, like ADHD, I just don't think it exists.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I just spent the rest of it. I just put my headphones in. I'm
like why else would I want to talk to you? You just negated my biggest struggle, right?
Right. And it's a bit like just to, I like what you're saying. I agree. You have to have that measure of how well do you understand the material.
Yep.
How well do you understand what you are being taught so that we can continue to help you towards understanding it better. But as a tool for, I don't know, like hey, this person is better than this person. These students are better than these students.
Yeah, that's where it becomes
the hierarchy.
A problem. Yeah.
Which, back in the day, it was like, we're trying, it's what would you call that? It's incentive, you know?
Yeah.
It's incentive to do better, but it doesn't do that for everyone. It wasn't that for me. I was just like, I just can't reach that, I guess.
No. And
is how it felt for me most of the time.
A little demoralizing. And look, Nathan brings it up here talking about his cerebral palsy. Like, I mean, there's a lot of that in our society still of like, I'm glad it's better. It's certainly better than it was even 10 years ago when I started in education. Now it's way more accepted. But now even a place like private schools have a special ed program, which is something that did not exist even when I started teaching only 8 years ago. It was mostly these kids that had disabilities, both physical or mental, like had to go to a public school to seek and get the help they need. But now private schools have really actually embraced that aspect of kids and how those kids learn and people of people that are disabled learning. But anyway, I like where we're going with this. I love you. See, Star Wars podcast. I know. We do the comment. We do the silly things.
We're gonna have to
pull and paste.
We gotta take Jar Jar out back and put one in the back of the head, Lenny style.
Oh, yellow.
It's like watch the flowers. Look at the flowers.
Look at the flowers. Look how pretty those flowers are. Bam.
People can't come back and pay for they had years of like a student loan system that no one could pay back.
Yeah, and how can you get out of college
and immediately be in debt?
And immediately be in debt $100,000. I mean, you're never going to make it.
All of a sudden, you're like an indentured Irish. I've come to the country owing my life.
Yeah.
I owe my life to the California state system.
That's exactly what happens. It's just, it doesn't work.
I can't pay back my student loan, and they've possessed my car.
Well, they have to understand that the greater good is served by having an educated population, especially in a democracy. Because a democracy depends
on informed people.
Because it's the government by the people. And you don't want a government run by a bunch of idiots.
What do you mean? I see dead people. Look around. What are they doing? Come on now.
Just like, obviously we're still 26 years later.
It's crazy.
Dealing with the price for school and stuff like that. I'm never going to pay my shit off. It's just one of those things.
You just got to accept it.
operation of a democracy that would like to have people not be very smart because that's how they get elected.
Yeah,
and they can
don't
appeal
understand
to
the complete issue.
Yeah, they don't want people to understand the issues. They want them to react on sort of
gut level.
Yeah,
I like you.
Knee-jerk emotionalism to say, yeah, oh, okay, well, we'll vote for that guy. He's got an earring, and I like that.
That's good for me.
Yeah, that's good for me. Well,
the Pierced platform.
Yeah, what do we need? Let's live on very expensive commercials that are 1 minute long, and not on these long
debates
about issues.
Yeah, and that people have to go, I understand that.
Well, the people don't want that. The people don't want that. That's too. They don't have
down to WWF once again.
Yeah, they don't have the attention span for that sort of thing. Well, we better give them the attention span for that sort of thing, because that's what's going to make this country really prosper in the centuries to come.
Because it's very, very competitive.
Oh yeah, and the rest of the world isn't sitting by.
No, if you look at Europe and you look at Asia, they're working like crazy to catch and
they're succeeding in a lot of cases. I mean, I live a lot of my life over in England, and when I moved over there, it was like 25 years ago. It was, still vaguely post-warish.
Mm-hmm.
The phone system was really funky.
And now
traffic, and just now they're way ahead of us.
Yeah, France, Germany. I mean, the digital systems.
The whole Europe is, and Japan, same thing.
Yeah, you'll see things, and all of a sudden you feel like Forrest Gump. Mama said.
Yeah.
Mama said a computer's like a box of chocolates. You got to open it up slowly.
Well, you go to Japan and you say, "Wow, look at that! Oh gosh, they could do that! Oh my God!" And it's all in your hand. My gosh, well, why don't we have these back in the United States? What's going on?
You are not available. You would not understand for many years.
Yeah, this is far advanced technology for many years.
You one day will be part when you have achieved a level of civilization.
Yeah.
Or as they asked Gandhi, "What do you think of Western civilization?" He said, "I think it would be a wonderful idea." when you achieve that level, call me. When do they start construction in the Presidio? I can't wait to see Ewoks wandering around the marina.
Yeah. Part of the reason I got involved, I didn't want to see developers go into that park.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would make a great digital arts center. I mean, a park that's dedicated to digital arts, as the Lincoln Center is dedicated to the performing arts.
Right.
And since digital arts and digital technology was basically born here in San Francisco, the first movies from Pixar.
We have Al Gore online too, Al.
Yeah.
Did you invent the internet? I tried in my own way to invent the internet.
But you get, with Pixar and ILM and the companies up here that have really progressed digital technology in the art field,
mm-hmm.
And Silicon Valley, which invented it in the first place. I mean, I think in the centuries to come, that could be an important focus point for the art form that uses, works in the digital medium. And that's what I've been trying to promote. And we've got the Film Center over there now. Hopefully Sundance Film Institute's coming in, and a bunch of other cinematic organizations, and hopefully it will become a little focus point for whether or not everybody gets in there. But it'll be the just as Hollywood was the focus of the movie industry in the last century, and we can expand that into not only the cinematic arts, but into the still lives, and still digital art. It's not painting. It's not photography.
Photography. It's in between.
It's using the digital medium to create fine art,
mm-hmm.
And all the other things. Again, music and all kinds of things. It's a wonderful, wonderful new medium, and I think that San Francisco needs to be the focal point of that, because this is where we started it, and I think 50 years from now, that'll be an important park. It'll be an important park because of not only the Golden Gate Bridge, which you get a great view of the Golden Gate Bridge, not only because it was, the oldest military base in the United States, but because it's, where a lot of artists work and create wonderful things using this medium.
It'd be amazing to see in 50 years if we're still around.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'll make it.
You and I.
Welcome to the 50th anniversary.
Well, they're saying now we can live to 120, so.
Yeah, I just want to know what will the quality of
life be?
Yeah.
if I'm like, if I sound like Stephen Hawking's outtakes. Is it not good to be here? Sounds always like a Pakistani cab driver. Is it not well that the universe is enveloped? As we approach the event horizon, we must now go out and enjoy the day in this San Francisco. Now, in this present time. Thanks, George. It was a good day, boss.
Yeah, well, it was fun. We sort of eased into that without realizing we were doing it.
That's how we always do it, sir. He was like, shh.
That was fun.
Oh, thanks, boss. Very good day. Now we can go enjoy Sunday. There's people here waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
I'll call on you to redo Howard the Duck now.
Okay. I gotta come.
Wow.
It was kind of the same, same beginning and ending.
Yeah, but the middle was vastly different than the first one.
Yeah.
So sad that Robin died when he did in 2015 or 14, whatever it was. It's just
I can't remember. It was
we still got George. We still have George, and that was very informative. I'm gonna go back and listen to that again probably while I'm at work tomorrow. That was compelling, man. It shows how much different, yet how similar all of our concerns are now.
Right.
And that not much has changed in 26 years from that interview, which is fucking crazy.
I mean, it has and it hasn't. It's in fact they've unfortunately predicted the bullshit you say, like you don't have idiots running your country, or and talking about, I mean, like how student loans and stuff haven't gone anywhere in 26 years. Yeah.
Part of it, man.
That's a word for it.
I'm glad we could do this. We've got nothing locked in for next week. I'm sure there'll be a stream.
No.
But we haven't. We're summer vibes right now here at the Bombadcast.
We are summer vibes. We're summer vibes.
Chill.
We're future vibes. There's still, listen, just real quick, there could still be a good future.
I think there will
be a good future.
I think there will be.
China has invented a toilet that will come to you like a Roomba.
Is that a
but
real
it's just
thing?
for pee. Yeah, it is a real thing actually. It's like it's supposed to be for like elderly people and people who are like dying and stuff. It's supposed to come to you and everything. Cool. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. The toilets will come to you.
I think we are in a weird way living in a very cool future that they were imagining then. I mean, like the fact they were talking about streaming services and education is now and mass streaming, like what we're doing with our 10 people watching right now. There is an air of, well, we did manifest this future. Now, when I go and sit in the toilet and I scroll my phone and I get caught in a death spiral of depression, like sending videos, and my poop goes from being a poop to an existential crisis, that is where we're in a state of well, this is kind of fucked.
Shit.
You know,
there's a shit joke in there. Yeah.
And then
Exactly. But what if the toilet came to you?
So then you. Well, like it's so weird to think.
Go prepare your dinner while shitting. It'd be great.
Like that Toy Story in '95. Like this is only 5 years after that, and like the commentary on the first Toy Story is really very simple. Like it's a buddy cop kind of like drama. Who can outwit the other? Oh no, it's so much bigger than that. You're just a toy. But you're more than that. You're a friend. You're a companion. But you can't actually fly. It's so existential. But then, now we see how stories and media are tackling a topic that is hard to address with some people. Like, I know people in my life, that as people, I can get glued to my phone. But, you see their kids doing it just because their parents do it too. And you're almost like, holy shit. Like I know we were glued to these devices with our Game Boys and whatnot. But, there's a point where the battery dies.
It was because that was but also that was a single-use item, like a Game Boy played Game Boy games.
And that was it. And
it's the
TV, like my CRT.
It didn't even have like I could go pull like my Nintendo Switch right now and play all kinds of different friggin' things.
Yes,
and you couldn't. That's unheard of. I could sit on the toilet and play fucking Super Mario Bros. You know?
I just
or the toilet could come to me.
Yeah. That's a good way to end it. Hey, thanks for everyone joining us tonight. Maybe we will find some more George topics or discussions that we can
possibly
cover and look at, because that one always kind of, I mean, any George thing is always very nice to hear his voice and, you know, hear his outlook. And I mean, at that point, he still had 2 more movies to make. He still had Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So we had a different version of George, the far less jaded George that we have. You know, in 2012 when he sold the company.
He still had a little heat on him because he was because this was after Phantom Menace, so he was starting to get. He had got that initial like wave of George ruined my childhood. You know,
and it doesn't eclipse until Crystal Skull, and that's a whole.
Hence why I think he was talking about like don't play with me. I will re-release Howard the Duck with a fully CGI fucking duck.
That is not a threat.
Which I still want him to. George, please do it. Just do it.
Give us Howard the Duck special edition.
Love that.
Out of nowhere with Robin Williams as the full voice actor in it. He recorded all of it and did it all in secret. But anyway, great evening this evening, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had an absolute blast with y'all. We celebrated the 250th of America with
Bombad.
Of Bombad, 250th of Bombad America. But in all, we could do a Monsters and Minions review. Jerry and I both were on A-list. We could make it out and go see it next week. We really
don't make me go watch that this weekend. I still haven't seen Masters of the Universe. You know, what better way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this great nation than to pontificate upon a toilet that comes to you. A moving shitter. That's what this place has become, is a big rolling shitter.
The Bombadcast. You can watch it while you shit.
Oh yeah. We come to you on the toilet.
We come to you. Yeah. We'll find you. But we're gonna end this.
I'm sure 5 of you are on the can right now.
I would hope so. I would hope so. It only out of respect for us.
That's the best place to watch this. Honestly,
that's the only way to watch this. We're going to end this evening's broadcast on a special video, only because, I mean, let's be real, it is our nation's 250th this weekend. I'm looking for a particular video in our files.
Yeah, we got to find it.
Here, I found it.
Are you looking for? I was gonna say, are you looking for the UFC fight?
Yes, I'm looking for the video of that stage falling on that young dancer. That happened
I saw
today or whatever.
2 panels fell. 2 panels fell.
And it like made the loudest. That would have killed someone. Glad that no one got hurt there. But all that being said, Jerry and I wish you a happy Queef Centennial and stay
Queef bad.
Stay Bombad.
Queefs.
And now, the stars of 4 Kids will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
gave proof through the night
that our flag was still there.
Oh, say does that star-spangled
banner yet wave
o'er the land of the free and the home of the
brave. Happy 4th of July from all of us at 4Kids TV.